We are back talking about a ketogenic way of eating when you hack your body into a state of ketosis where you start burning fat for fuel. Now, I'm joined by trainer Drew Manning, who swears by ketosis. And just to give you an example, a few years ago, Drew gained 75 pounds, there he is, to understand what it meant to be overweight so he could relate to his clients. Then what he did? He lost, in 6 months, all that weight. And he has maintained it through a ketogenic lifestyle. So that's what we're talking about today. So I want him to break it down so we can all understand exactly what we should eat on a ketogenic diet. So I've got some representation here. Explain to me how this works.
So you want to make sure you get enough fat in. So 75 to 80% of your total calories should come from fat. That's why I see all this butter here. 10 to 15% should come from protein and about 5% from carbs. So you got to make sure and keep your carbs low and load it up with fat.
So one more time. So 3/4 of everything is fat.
Yes.
Which is more than I talk about. Only about 20% is protein. That's a lot lower than I usually recommend.
Exactly. It's a high fat, moderate protein, low carb approach.
And what's the problem with having more protein and less fat?
Because if you eat too much protein, it can actually kick you out of ketosis through a process called gluconeogenesis. So if you eat too much protein, it'll kick you out of ketosis and it'll convert the protein to glucose.
Yeah, which is interesting, actually. We do make glucose from lots of things, except we can't make it from fat.
Exactly.
So fat's your ally. You're saying the more fat you eat, the less sugar you're going to have in your body, no matter what your body tries to do.
Exactly.
And what happens if you have some really healthy, colorful vegetables that happen to have a little carbohydrate in them?
Yeah, so you definitely want to limit those types of vegetables like sweet potatoes, yams, carrots, because they're a little bit starchier and they're higher in carbs. So you definitely got to make sure to keep those carbs low. Otherwise, it'll kick you out of ketosis.
So you know what I do for a living. I'm a heart surgeon, right? I spend my day taking people's chests and opening with a bandsaw and getting in there to pull out stuff that looks like this from arteries. So it just makes me a little nervous. You're not concerned that this might be unsafe?
You know, I used to think that way as well. A lot of us have thought that way for a long period of time. But if you look at a lot of the new research, it shows when you eat these good quality fats without the presence of refined sugars and processed carbohydrates, it actually forces your body to use that fat for fuel instead of storing it in the body and clogging your arteries.
And you say these good fats. So what fats do you prefer to eat? I guess it's probably not buckets
No, I don't
of
eat this much butter. This is not what a typical day looks like for me. But coconut oil, avocado oil, things like fattier meats, bacon, salmon, fattier cuts of beef even. So
real whole versions, but not a lot of saturated fats. All right, are there any fats that are off limits you won't eat at all?
Yeah, you definitely want to stay away from hydrogenated oils, margarine, soybean oil, vegetable oils, those types of oils you definitely want to stay away from. So.
All right, so bacon, trans fats, right?
The whole egg.
And so healthier fats, what would you just count that? All right, so if we take this as our basic formula, you also understand this right now. Your body will then begin to burn the fat that you have on it. It has to, no choice.
Yes.
That's what you found in your life. That's how you got rid of that. That's how you got that six-pack. Is there a six-pack? Let me see this.
I wasn't prepared for this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so forget about embarrassing me. I've got Kendi here, who matters more. Kendi is thinking about coming on a ketogenic diet. How are you, Kendi?
Good, how are you, Dr. Oz?
So, you just heard Drew explain a little bit about this diet, about what's getting you thinking about doing this?
Bacon, first of all.
Bacon? I just said not to eat bacon all day.
I can have bacon.
Well, you can have some bacon,
Some
right?
bacon, yeah.
But not only bacon.
Well, you know, the thing that really excites me is, you know, I have been trying to lose this 35 pounds for the past year. I've tried every diet. I've tried shakes. I've tried low carb. I exercise regularly and nothing's working. So I'm really excited to see what this can do for me.
Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything. And remember to check back often to see what's new.